Hey guys, what's going on? It's time for another session in the gym. All right, today is arms. It's gonna be bis and tris. Already got the cardio in for the day. This is a day that I was coaching cross country practice, so got some running in. Wasn't too bad today. It was actually probably the easiest that the running has felt since I've been coaching cross country. Like no pain, muscles weren't fatigued at all. Didn't feel like anything was gonna, like snap or crack or anything running around. So that felt, really good. Although the unfortunate thing is it's the last week of cross country, so I'm finally getting acclimated and I'm not gonna need to run anymore. We have a meet second half of this week, and I tend to run around a little bit at the meets. So I have one more day of running around, and then I got to decide how much more running I'm going to be doing through the rest of the fall and the winter. I think I might help my son train a little bit. I think he wants to be a little bit faster cross country, so we might do a little bit of off-season training. So my relative slowness of my running pace compared to where I used to be is probably going to match up with his pretty well. So we'll see if we keep doing that. And then, of course, like if I'm not doing running at some of my cardio days, then, just throwing some walks, maybe some stationary bike. We'll find some ways to do it. All right. So I'm excited for this arm workout. It's been a couple weeks since I had a standalone arm workout because I'd been doing push-pull legs and wasn't doing standalone arm workouts. And now we're back onto kind of the bro split, and arms get their own day. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. So probably going to start out focusing on biceps, and then I'll do triceps second. And I usually do all of my, all of one muscle at a time, all of the other muscle at a time. And I'm thinking today, definitely going to do some preacher curls. It's been my favorite bicep workout at the gym lately. And in addition to that, might try some cable curls today. So it's kind of two machine curls instead of doing dumbbells. But the last time I did cable curls, I really liked them. So it's going to be, I think I'm going to do those for biceps. And depending on how many sets I get of each of those, there may be some dumbbells involved. But that's what I'm thinking right now. And then I think for tris, I definitely going to do some cable pushdowns. And let's see, I think last time I did a tri day, I did some overhead extensions. And I like those. Don't get me wrong. But I think when I do those, I focus a little bit too much on like the core stability, standing really straight upright, really kind of muscling it up, getting overhead. And I think I'm just working too many things and not merely focusing on the triceps. So I'm going to try to figure out what another good tricep movement's going to be when I'm at the gym today. We do have a tricep extension machine. I don't like it. So you sit down and you've got two handles behind your head, and it's basically a tricep extension. And the thing I don't like about it is I feel like I'm always fighting, trying to figure out the correct angle I need to be at to get it to go up most effectively. And then I always feel like my right arm is doing more of the work. I feel more pressure on my right hand pushing that thing up than I do on my left. So I know I'm not getting even work on both sides. So that's a big reason I don't like this tricep extension machine. So I'm trying to think right now what I'm probably going to do. And I'm thinking I'm most likely going to try some skull crushers today. I don't do those very often, but we have some like easy bar barbells. I can probably throw some weights on, try some skull crushers. If I feel like one arm is doing a lot more of the work, you can always switch to dumbbells and try to do like a unilateral, one dumbbell in each hand. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. And I think as far as accessory work goes, I'm not going to do calves because I'm doing legs tomorrow. May do some ab work. If I do abs, I probably won't show it on camera. But really need to work on my abs a lot. Kind of one of my biggest aesthetic wishes that I want is to have a lot deeper ab muscles. I kind of have the abs through low body weight, low body fat. But I don't have, the real deep, washboard abs. I've never done a lot of ab hypertrophy before. Need to keep doing ab hypertrophy. I think that's one of those things. Most likely, I'm going to be doing abs on any days that my muscles aren't extremely sore. So I think it's going to be something that I'm going to start hitting a lot more often. I think only hitting it on back day, once per rotation through the split probably isn't enough. I could totally see doing that, twice during the rotation, maybe even 3 times. We'll see. I think if I started doing it twice, it'd be back, and then the opposite day would be, so we go legs, chest, back, arms. So I guess the legs would be another day to do abs. We'll see. We'll see how I can fit it in, but I do think it's something I need to be doing more often. It's just I haven't hit it in a couple days, so that's why I'm thinking about doing it on arm day here. And if I like it enough, and it's something where I don't feel like, or if it's something I do feel like I can keep working in sets of it, for all I know, it's something to hit almost every day. But that also may be a sign that I'm not working it hard enough in the actual workouts. But I am aiming to try to do ab hypertrophy. I'm not aiming to do, like a 2-minute long plank. I'm not trying to do 30 setups in a minute. I'm trying to do like 12 to 15 sit-ups per set on like a declined bench, holding onto a heavy weight. And I am hoping I can start supporting a heavy enough weight that I just start feeling like ab fatigue way more often and really feel like I'm getting a good stretch and like just a really good contraction with the abs, instead of just literally going through the motion. So I think that's the plan for the workout today. Got my pre-mixed, haven't drank it yet. Slug that real quick, hop in the car, and we'll see you at the gym. At the gym now. Got my warm-up in. Gonna get started with some cable curls. So I'm working about like half the stack here. I have no idea how much weight is on this. The plates are a different size than the reference chart, so I'm just kind of guessing. I'm just kind of doing what feels good. And really, I think that's really all you can do. I'm not trying to like compare myself to anybody else. I mean, it feels like moderately heavy. I don't think it's going to be a good movement. So I think I'm just going to hang out with these kind of curls till I just get sick of them. All right, going for like 12 or 15. If I get more than 15, I'm going to raise it. I think if I get less than 12, probably going to go down a plate. So let's see how these go. All right, it was 15 on the dot, so I think I'm gonna stay there. I feel like I'm getting a really good, fairly strict squeeze. It's hard to get much momentum on this particular cable machine. I just feel like it's keeping my form pretty strict. Not able to get a lot of swing into it, and it's just feeling really good so far. So we'll definitely get some more sets of this in. All right, second set here. Oh, these are feeling really good. I feel like with these versus fighting with dumbbells is, I definitely feel on doing like the easy bar with both hands on it that I'm not forcing myself to use my forearms as much, and it's letting me really focus a lot more on the biceps instead of having my forearms burn out at the same time on my biceps. So I'm really liking this so far. All right, so this is my 5th set. I think this is gonna be my last one of these. And then after this, gonna do some dumbbell curls. Before I left the house, I had talked about doing preacher curls as well. I didn't start off on that because the machine was taken. But now that I've done these, I feel like these are a pretty good approximation of doing a preacher curl. Because this does feel pretty isolating. Like I'm getting my upper arms, pretty locked against my body. Really only bending from the elbow. So I'm just gonna do one more of these. Try to see how many I can get. I'm still on the same weight that I started with. And then we'll move on. All right, let's go. Oh, that was 16. I had to dig pretty deep for that last one. I really like these though. I'm gonna start doing these more often. All right, so we're gonna do a couple more sets of curls. I got some dumbbells out. I feel like I've already got a pretty decent pump. I mean, I'm already pretty far from hitting my shoulders. But I feel like I need to get a little bit more work in. I think by the time I'm done, it's probably gonna end up at 8 working sets. So let's get going with these. All right, that was 13 aside. That felt really good too. Kind of wish I was doing a little bit heavier weights. I might go grab the next 5 pounds up. We'll see. I think I'll do one more set at this weight. If I hit the same number the second time, I'll try to go heavier the third set and just try to go for a complete burnout the last set of biceps. But we'll see how this next one feels. All right, second set. All right, that was 12 per side. You know, I'm gonna keep that same weight for the third set. It's feeling good, but it's good. I think 5 pounds more wouldn't be as effective. I don't think I'm gonna get quite the squeeze. I think I'm just gonna be cheating it up a little bit more than what I personally like to do. All right, third set, last set of dumbbell curls. All right, now I can see how far I can take this one. All right, got back up to 13 on the side on that one. Ooh. My hands. I was gonna drop a dumbbell if I kept going with those. I'm really happy with the bicep pump from this workout. It's definitely something I was missing, something I was craving. It feels really good right now. So I'm excited about that. All right, ready for tricep extensions now. It's got a whole tricep warm up in. Kind of felt that, just because I did a bunch of bicep work doesn't mean that I think my triceps were, pretty warmed up. It wasn't a super long warm up, but I kind of worked my way, up the stack a little bit at 20 pounds at a time until I got where I wanted to be. So I'm about like halfway down the stack right now. And, I'm not super strong at this, but, I like to give a pretty good effort. Try to go just about as heavy as I can bear to push down. And I feel like that works, pretty well for me for doing these. So I'm just gonna see how many I can do on this first set. It's a weight I've done before, but haven't done it for a couple weeks. I think last time I did tricep push downs on a video, I didn't go quite this heavy. I think for some reason that day I just wasn't quite feeling it. But, let's give this a shot. Shooting for 12 to 15 again. All right. Come on. Okay. Had a fight for 12, so it's probably the perfect weight. All right, a couple more sets of these. Ooh. That's 10 good ones. It's getting difficult. Okay, this is the fourth set. I think with these, I think I'm hitting the end of what I'm going to be able to do with like really heavy sets. By the time I get to the end, I'm just having a hard time using what I think is probably proper form for this exercise. So I'm going to do one more kind of heavy. And then I think instead of doing skull crushers, I've been liking how this is feeling and like how the bar and stuff is feeling enough that I'm going to keep using these, but I'm going to drop the weight a considerable amount and try to burn out around like 20 or so and see how that feels. And kind of have, some more controlled, real tight squeezing sets. All right, so this is going to be the last heavy set. 13. All right. You stay here. I'm gonna do some light ones. I dropped the weight by about a third, and I'm gonna see how many of these I can get. And like I mentioned a minute ago, really just going more for just control and just absolute squeeze at the bottom for the rest of these, all right? Whew. All right, that was 18. Second set of light ones. I just already feel like my tries are just like straight up coming out of my skin. So I think 2 or 3 more sets of these. I think arms are gonna be finished. Oh gosh. All right, drop this a little bit. Oh, I gotta get some more. Okay. I think after having a drop on this one, I think I'm gonna do one more set of these tri push downs, and then I think I'm gonna be completely done with arms. And then we'll do a little bit of a physique check. All right, there's really zero doubt this is gonna be my last set. Just during the rest period, like my traps kind of feel like they're just super tight, almost on the verge of cramping. Of course, my triceps just feel wrecked. This is probably going to be another drop set. I just feel like I need to get just a little bit more work in. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm tight. So tight all over. I almost feel like I'm feeling like my rear delts too. This is feeling brutal right now. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna see you for a little bit of a physique check in a second. All right. So I've talked a little bit before about how this gym has like the most ridiculously bad lighting ever. If you like actually want to see muscle tone, it's like 100% flat fluorescent lighting. There's like, I guess it's technically down lighting because it's above us, but it's just so diffuse that it just doesn't even look like anything. So like I've considered even like on the days I do want to do like the physique check or the pump check, like going home first and like setting up studio lighting. Like even though I only live 5 minutes away, I do kind of feel like, you know, I'm gonna lose a lot of the pump. So may as well just see it here, make the most of it, and, you know, just take a look. All right. Well, I definitely feel pumped. Bicep pumps maybe gone down just a little bit. Thumbs are getting kind of close there, but let's see how it looks. So triceps are working with. So I think I have a lot of room to grow, room to mold things. We get some better peaks, stuff like that in the future, but feeling good with the progress I made over the summer. I mean, at the beginning of the summer, I was hardly doing any specific bicep work. I was doing push-ups, whatever bicep work you get on the concentric or eccentric, whatever. Good Lord. The workout's fried my brain here. Whatever you're getting on the eccentric, on doing a push-up, that was probably the only bicep work I was getting done. So I've hardly done any bicep work. And I'm not gonna say they're great, but I feel like for what I've done since May 1st, I'm pretty happy. I put a couple inches on my arms over the summer. Objectively, like with the tape measure and everything, I have put a couple inches on my arms. I'll have to post some before photos from the very, very beginning of the bulk, very beginning of the summer. At some point, maybe I'll throw this on my social media, Instagram or something at some point when I get that going a little bit more for this. But I'm just really happy with what I've done so far. And the biggest difference, biggest change I've made in my life, just tracking all of my macros every single day, and every day eating to a surplus. If you're not tracking your macros, you can't eat at a surplus. I mean, you can guess. A lot of days it feels like you are. Like if you're someone, like I always considered myself a hard gainer. I had a terrible time gaining weight, could never gain weight. I felt full all the time, but it's because I was bad at eating. Once I started tracking my macros every day and started eating a surplus every day, the weight just came pouring on. You made huge strides, and then you get used to eating, and it starts to not feel like as big of a chore anymore. Like it's hardly anything for me to eat 3,800 calories now, and there were days it was a struggle for me to hit 2,000. All right, so it's probably a little bit of preaching to the choir. This is like just super simple stuff. Zero secrets in anything I'm doing. And I don't think, of course I don't think anything I'm doing special. I think I'm like super average. Kind of just want to show what an average person can do without some crazy. I don't think I'm like genetically gifted on my physique hardly at all. I think like my traps kind of grew quickly over the summer, and like I was saying too, I think, arms I'm happy with so far, but I don't think I have any genetic gifts. If I have any for my physicality, it's in endurance running. So, this is just, the bodybuilding thing is just an experiment every single day for me. Just always trying to learn something new, really trying to refine my body. And I have just immense gratitude for anybody that is watching these videos. Seriously. Love for you to comment, love for you to reach out, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if I'm, an idiot or if I'm on the right track. Really would appreciate, any feedback. Gonna get more social media going here at some point. So once I get the lifting Instagram going, you guys will be able to, interact with me a little bit more. And I look forward to that too. And I think at some point, kind of looking into if you guys actually like what I'm doing, or if people actually pay attention, I'd love to get kind of like a little online group where people can interact with each other and, interact with me on a little bit more personal level. So, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. If you like these at all and that's something you're interested for in the future, the best thing you can do is subscribe and keep watching the videos. Helps me on the algorithm and more people will see it. So, and leave me a comment too. If this is something you're interested in, leave a comment, and it'll let me know I'm on the right track. All right, well, thanks for coming along on another workout. It's great being with you guys. Love being in the gym, and good luck lifting.